What's up, y'all? It's TTC, aka the ThunderConductor, and we back here for another YouTube video and Twitch stream. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And if you're on Twitch, make sure you follow and ring the bell. I got a question for y'all. What is your favorite Dragon Commander for cEDH? Some people gonna say, hey man, Zergo Ultratide, bro. Draco Mans is taking it to the tournaments, doing his thing, man. What we talking about? Come on now. Some people gonna say though, hey, no, but didn't Sire the Erd Dragon get that new one card combo? That gotta be the best, right? But some people gonna say, just like T says, that all day, every day, Tiamat, notably Turbo Tiamat, is my favorite dragon in cEDH as of right now, as for the command zone. We just got done within a fantastic deck tech upgrade where we talked about all the updates, all our switch outs since our updates 1 month ago exactly from today. And honestly, it's really been fantastic. If you're not familiar, Tiamat is a 7-mana dragon that says flying when Tiamat enters. If you cast it, search your library for up to 5 dragon cards not named Tiamat that each have different names, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Notably with this, I will add that how we are looking to make this in the turbo list is using powerful spells like Treasonous Ogre, Jeska's Will, and Culling Ritual to move out powerful spells, finisher spells, with being Dragonstorm to put our combo right onto the board, or use Dracogenesis or Dream Halls to do important combos. We also are notably running Wargor's Dragon combos and Hoarding Brute Lord combos as well. So it's other turbo lines. So it's an amazing, fantastic deck that is turbo with mid-range potential. So let's see which end of the stick we get today. But I'm really excited because we're about to get into some fantastic gameplay. But before we get into that, y'all know what I gotta say. If you're looking for more ways to support the show, we have a plethora. Starting off with our TC community, I want to tell you all, join it. It is free to join. Everything from being able to talk about your new brews, talk about the new spoilers, because we are getting so much product, not to mention also being the opportunity to jam out your games and really test your ideas against great pilots like myself. But if that doesn't take your fancy, you just want to take, I want to be able to support you more financially. Don't worry. Check out the link in the bio. You are able to join the Thunder Legion Patreon Discord community. That community is amazing. They support me in ways I could not imagine. I'm so grateful to them. I'm going to give a huge shout out to our Jeskai tier patrons, Sir Trekkie, our Izza tier patrons, Ziggy and the Praetor, and our Mono Red tier patrons, Wavy Ashira, Bissy Baxton, and B-Rad. Y'all rock, and you keep the lights on the way that you could not imagine. But if you say, hey, T, I don't want the Patreon, the proxies, the perks. I just want to say one time for the fun time to say, I love what you do and I want to support you. Don't worry. Check the link out in the bio. You can buy me a coffee. It keeps me up and keeps the lights on. And last but not least, if you say, AT, I don't want none of that, but how the F are you making this dragon deck work? I just wanted some one-on-one time with you, and I really want to learn a lot. Check out the link in the bio. You can get some coaching time with me, whether it's learning how to get your political game up, because y'all know TTC's a politicker, or you also want to learn how to be able to navigate these unique TTC brews. Check the link out. Get some coaching time with me right on this. But with that said, let's get straight into the gameplay. It is great to see each and every one of y'all. And before we get into this gameplay, I want to take some time to let everyone introduce themselves. So can we start in the top left corner with Celestial Winner, aka Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm Celestial Winner, or Matt. I do content creation. You will find fringe decks on my channel, but they're a ton of fun. They're a blast to play. I'll be playing my original tonight, Thrasios Yoshimaru, my baby here. Just pumping out content and having a good time doing it. Also started to get into a little bit of the merch scene. I got my own custom gaming place actually are now available, and these things are awesome. Thank you actually at B-Rad for hooking me up with the person to make these.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, indeed. Gotta help each other out.
Heck yeah.
People help people.
That's what I am. That's what I do.
100%. All right, cool. Thank you, Matt. Talk to us, Brad.
Hey everybody, my name is Brad, or B-Rad, coming from High Ground Gaming. Excited to be here. TTC puts on great content, breaks down decks awesomely if you catch some of our videos. I also make content, mostly gameplay content. You can catch me at High Ground Gaming. I will also be at the Land Go tournament in Tennessee in a couple weeks. So if you're there Memorial Day weekend, come find me. I'll have some stuff I'll be giving away.
Cool.
Like dice and some other stuff.
Let's get it. And last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend on the Rona deck, Mr. Dan. Talk to us, brother.
Hey everybody, I'm Dan from cEDH Network. I mainly raise real-life human beings, so I don't produce content extremely frequently, but you can find videos from me probably every other month or so when I'm feeling the motivation. But today I'm bringing one of my spicier brews. This is Rona, which I'm really excited about. And I build fringe decks, so I feel the call out there from Matt.
Yes.
I'm most known for my Redshift deck tech, which had a lot of back and forth at very exciting times.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. You guys can find me anywhere at this label.
Cool. Do we have any pregame actions? Dan?
Oh,
Gemstones?
no, dude.
I'll knock my deck over.
Well, if that's the case, I do have a gemstones. I'm pitching a recruiter of the guard.
There we go. We're learning. Get rid of the bad tutors. All right. Am I good to draw one card?
Heck
Yes.
yeah.
All right. I will draw one card. That is not very good. I will play an Air de Mesa, and I will crack it for a... Yeah, I'll go get a Badlands, and I'll just cast a Death Right.
Untap upkeep. Hopefully draw a land. I don't. Here's an Underground Sea. And I pass.
Untap upkeep draw. I'll cast a Yoshimaru.
Pass on Yoshi.
Yeah. Pass on Yoshi.
Pass.
I'll play a Guy's Cradle.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
That's a way to get around Mental Misstep.
Yeah.
cradle farming.
Trigger on ETB. Yoshi boy gets bigger. And
Yeah.
then I will pass from here.
Yeah.
I will untap. I will draw my magic card. I'll play this Sunbaked Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful card.
Delicious.
I will tap it, paying 1 life for an Esper Sentinel.
Pass on Esper.
Pass
for it.
on Esper.
Got it. Here.
And then I will play a Mox Opal,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
and I will pass.
All right. Untap upkeep. I will draw one card. Found my land drop, baby. Lose 3
There you
life for
go.
the Mire. I'll exile this Arid Mesa fish.
Trigger Esper.
Cards in hand.
4.
I'll respond to your draw trigger.
Mm.
Flash out this Obium to try to get rid of your Esper.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
Wow. Savage.
Is that okay?
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I pass on the OBM.
All right. I have an Orc Army ETB. I will send 1 damage to Yoshimaru, and then I'll just send the 1 damage to Yoshimaru from the Esper draw, and then I just got a fish on the stack, and I just got my 2/2.
Yep, Yoshimaru's down.
So I'm doing the only thing that gets my mulligan 3 potentially in the game.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh
Consultation?
my God, it's so stupid. Bro.
Consultation. Oh, he got
Okay,
it, baby.
so-
Fit consultation for fish, baby. There's an Esper
Now here's
trigger.
what I'm doing though. Okay.
Yeah.
Console
Trigger Esper.
is on top of the fish. Trigger Esper, hoping you'll shoot the Esper.
Oh, fuck yeah. Kill the Esper. Go and draw.
I'll draw.
Everybody's cool? Okay.
You got
There's
it.
2 things I can name. I'm going to name the one that probably gives me better odds overall. I am going to choose to name fish, but there is one other choice I was thinking about.
Don't forget. Tell us after the game, okay? Don't forget.
Yes, I will. Okay,
All right,
you guys
6.
ready? Let's go.
Okay.
Finishing act. It's going great so far, guys. Felwar, Narset, Fierce, Force, and Malevolent Hermit.
Okay.
Oh,
Big hits, but
things
not.
could be better.
You're not out the game. You're not out the game. Keep going. Let's go for fish.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Arcane Scroll, Looted, Verdant, Dispel, Tezzeret,
It's coming up, it's coming up.
Soul, Orcish, M2, Retraction, Pottery Grave.
Fish. Hey, no, you still
There
in the
you
game.
go.
Thassus and Tainted Pack still in the game. Thassus and
Now,
Tainted Pack
my
still in the
main
game.
combo is exiled. So
Yeah.
you
No,
guys-
but fuck that shit, bro.
But
we're
we don't fucking need that.
We don't
shit,
need
bro.
that, bro. We
We're
don't
in
need
fucking
it.
Demir.
That's what I'm saying. It's Thassus Oracle all day, baby.
All day.
All day.
This was the plan from day one.
We were never
Alright,
going for our
that's it.
commander combo. What are you
Alright.
talking about?
See, you knew it.
I'll
Alright,
fucking
I pass on fish, dog.
Is fish okay?
Yep.
All right. It lands, and these have summoning sickness. So I'll pass turn.
Let's go. Yo.
Draw one
You
off
got
fish.
there.
That okay?
Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
I will pass turn.
Oh.
Tap, I'll draw.
The cradle starvation.
I need
play-
Yoshimaru alive.
Let's say Meyer, I'll crack it for a plateau. Pass.
Untap.
Oh dear.
Upkeep. I will draw one.
You have a fish trigger and upkeep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pay for fish. Yes, I'm sorry. I will just play a land for turn. It's a Taiga. And then I will I'll cast the Lotus, give Dan a draw.
Land?
All right. I will tap. I will attack B with 3, and I'll attack Dan with 1. I'll pass turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Pay for that Maddie.
Yeah. Watch
And
me have given him the
maybe
land drop. He needs to keep the
Draw
fish
land.
around.
I did not draw a land, but I did draw a
Chromox.
Gitaxian probe. I'll take Matt. It's cool.
Okay.
I want to see that.
You want me to
Action.
block the other players and just show you?
Yeah, I think so. TBH.
Yeah. Well, I'm
I
sorry.
have-
I'm a cheater. I missed the trigger. I'm gonna let the table know. I listed the trigger for my Bowmasters when I gave you the draw, Dan. I should have done extra damages to B-Rad. It's too late though. I missed the trigger. I didn't want to acknowledge it. I missed it.
Oh my!
But there is a draw that I'm gonna get
Look
here.
at you, you saucy dog. Hold on. Now I want to write it down.
You
I'm just
gotta
excited
you
to
gotta
my
draw
card,
off that though.
TBH. Yeah, yeah.
It
That's
is-
all I really.
I will
Just
not forget
get-
my Bowmaster's trigger this time though. I'm doing this table because I'm not gonna learn if I take that extra Bowmaster trigger. I'm gonna poke B-Rad in the head just for 1. But if you make your land drop, Matt, I'm coming for you, bro.
Oh,
That's fair.
I'm,
That's
I'm
fair.
coming for you, bro.
TT, just so you know,
I'm
he's
joking
lying.
when
I
I
have,
say-
I have six guys cradles in hand.
Okay, all right. If you play that land
Mm.
drop, I'm listening to Dan, and we're going for your neck, bro. I'm gonna send one more to B, but after this, it's all you,
I
bro.
don't know.
We're going straight
you
for the
don't even
dome,
have to
bro.
go for the neck, dude. Just like give him a good scooter to the shin.
I'm talking about.
Dude, I wish I was recording just so I could use that for content. God damn.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
yo, that's prime
I
real
knew I
estate
should have
right
been
there. We get that land drop, baby. Come on.
You know what's hilarious?
I did.
Ew, we got
There we go. There we
Oh,
go. You got the
Let's
land
go.
drop. Oh,
All right,
man.
so
This
do I
is so
want to just
funny.
make
Fuck.
everyone's life miserable by making a bad play?
What is it, vexing bobble?
Yes.
Oh, you.
I mean, you have,
I'll
oh wait, you don't have a
Yeah,
ability to
up.
Vexing
crack it.
Bobble. Please. Oh my god. Cast
straight up.
Vexing
Dude,
Bobble.
you can't
please.
even crack that thing, bro.
You're all scared.
I wouldn't do that, but that's
Yeah,
just
if
me.
we're-
That and this is
If
the
we're
player
being
with the
real,
fish.
I also wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
See,
I'm
this
the
is
player
a-
with the
this is
fish, and I
also-
don't even want that to happen, bro.
I'm just going to pass. I don't even want to play it.
Yeah, untap, I'll draw. I will play this mountain as my land for turn. I'll tap 3 for a Skyclave apparition.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
shoo, Bob.
Bye bye, Bowmasters.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is Bowmasters gone?
Exile that from this game. I'll pass.
We'll untap. I have a fish trigger, and oh, hand still shit. And I will draw 1 card for turn.
It's
I'll
like-
do an Undercity
Aw.
Sewer as my land for turn. Look at the top card. Yeah. Don't
Just a
love that
wee
there.
bit.
I'll give you 1 draw. Put
I
this
was
card
actually
on
going to
top, and then
Green
I'll
Central.
pass turn, dude. Well, actually, no, I can go to combat. I'll send the option so I don't have to waste the top card. I'll send 4 at B-Rad. I'll just leave the
Yeah,
Deathrite Shaman up to be graveyard hater, some scary shit.
Untap, upkeep. I'm gonna pay for it because we out doing that life. Go to draw, and we pass.
I'll
This is
untap
how it
nothing.
goes sometimes.
Upkeep and draw this land. I drew 2 CMC mana rock. I'll discard this Vexing Bauble in my end step.
I will untap. I will draw. I will tap 1, 2. I will cast a Charming Scoundrel. I will
Yeah,
make
alright.
a treasure. And if that is good, I'll just pass turn.
I will just untap, upkeep, pay for the fish, and I'll just draw 1.
Second
Oh yeah, my
phase.
bad. Hold on, I guess I can do attacks. I'll send 4 more at B.
I will block with Skyclave Apparition.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we go to damage, I'm going to take 1, crack this treasure. I'm gonna touch the spirit realm, Skyclave.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll get a 2/2. I'll block.
All right. I don't have a 2/2 illusion, but I do have a 0/1 illusion that's white.
Ooh.
So
We'd
we'll
love to
take
see it.
that. And I'm gonna just throw a 2 die, so we know it's a 2/2. And with my 3 cards in hand, I will pass.
At the end of turn, Skyclave will come back into play.
Yep.
I'll hit your.
Untap upkeep. Cry deeply. You did good, baby. Got me nothing. 2 mana for a Grim Monolith. Let me just play this Mox Amber now, because it's not gonna matter.
Untap nothing. Upkeep draw. Dude.
No way, bro.
I would like to move to my end step.
Sounds good.
I'll discard this Savine's Reclamation.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Oh, that's not a bad one.
I'll
Nice.
tap 2, and I will cast Goblin Engineer. I'm just gonna put Basalt Monolith in the grave. Yeah, I'll just pass turn there.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. Fit. No, it's no fish. I will draw 1 for turn. I will just play this Odawara as my land for turn. I don't think holding this up anymore is any good for me. I'm going to pay 5, and I will cast a Dream Halls.
I don't got it.
Dad, you are first in priority.
I don't have it. I pass.
Make
I
him
got
say he's
nothing.
F6, bro. Make him say he's fully F6.
I'm not gonna say nothing else. I got no.
Oh, he
counter.
got it, bro.
I'll
Swan
show you
song.
Swan song.
Wow.
Okay. I'll
Oh,
yeah.
we're-
Here's my way to
we're
draw a
dead.
card. Finally, I'll tap Death Right, and oh shit, no,
We're
that
dead
gets
as
away my
beans.
ability. I can't even hit artifacts, so it doesn't matter. I'll exile your land from your graveyard beat,
Yeah.
and
Once in
I'll
a-
attempt to cast the Veil of Summer that I top decked, and hopefully this allows me to draw a card.
Rather than pay the. Oh, we're
Mhm.
so fucking dead.
Well, I tried.
Relax, Dan.
Come on,
Relax,
Dan.
Dan. Relax.
Dan, what do you got? Dan, what do you got?
What do you got, bro?
Dude, I told you I got
It's
nothing.
to you.
It
Is
is
Veil
Matt.
okay?
Dude,
Matt?
this Dan can advocate for me. This is the
I'll
only
tap
thing
1,
I
I'll
have.
lose a life, I'll Pyroblast the Dream Halls.
Aw.
Ooh, what a baller.
Let's go. Good job being a team player.
I'm okay on that. Is Veil of Summer okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I will draw 1. Okay.
All right. Swan song fizzles.
I'll swing 6 at B-Rad.
I'll block the 4/4 with Charming Scoundrel.
Okay. Got a 2/2 coming at you, brother.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
Mm.
Ancient Tomb. Tap Grim Monolith and Ancient Tomb. Take
The
2.
One Ring. The One Ring. I'm calling it now.
Cast a One Ring.
Pass on the
I
one ring.
win. I win. Yeah, I pass.
One ring's pretty good.
Oh, sorry, I'm floating 1. I'll use the floating 1 in the blue and I'll cast Rona.
Pass on it.
Let me draw a card now. Is that cool?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
I need
go
a little-
go for
I
it.
need a little-
Count to
let's
3, you
fuck,
can
let's
win
just
a
send
game.
this thing out here. There you go. There's a moon silver key.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. Now I pass.
All right.
Fucks was with like a pull from eternity.
Matt's moment.
Sideboards in.
Untap.
He gets Ancient Tomb,
This is it.
instantly has 3
This is
mana.
it. This is
Ancient
it.
let's
Tomb
go.
instantly gets 3 mana.
That's all I needed was to just draw,
I'll
a good
pass.
land.
Sounds
Untap.
good.
Draw me a land.
Dude, you're really stocking them up.
I'll
Yeah.
activate Goblin Engineer, sacking this Mox Opal in my Basalt.
Oh,
Sure. You got a basalt.
I will
Yeah,
then
get out of there.
have 2 colors floating. I will cast the Jolliest of Balloon Humans. I will use 1 mana to activate Jolly Blue Man targeting Skyclave.
No effects.
I'm gonna go
Yep.
ahead and make a balloon of Skyclave. I'll eat the One Ring.
You have eaten it.
One
Yeah.
one at Dan in the air.
You got me. I haven't got.
No, this is yeah, and then I'll pass turn.
Oh,
Second,
heads
this
up.
is guy.
He has protection. He
you'll
doesn't
get a
take any
4/4.
damage. So you
Oh
just,
shoot! Yeah, you
don't,
take no
Yeah,
damage.
you don't
Oh,
take any
true.
damage. So he just
My bad.
And then you get a 4/4 spirit, blue spirit.
I will untap. I'm gonna do the forbidden thing and draw for 1 for turn. Just do another fucking land.
Pretty forbidden.
Pay 3, 6. Tap for lands. Cool. I'm just cracking Lotus then, baby. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna do the funny thing and show you all the piece of fast man in my hand. It is an Elvish Spirit Guide. You all know all the cards in my hand. I will cast the Tiamat. I will have an ETB on the stack. So I will do
Yeah, I
just
would love a wheel.
the other 5 dragons that you all know about: Dragon Lord,
Yo,
Jamoka,
I am-
Miram, Terror,
all
Blade
for
Wing,
a
and
wheel right
Hoary
now.
Blue Lord. Get wrecked in. Let me see. 4 turns. You're gonna get wrecked. I will send the same 6 damage at Mr. B.
6, you said?
Yeah.
6.
And that's it, dude. Yeah.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Can I Scolding Tarn? I'm getting basic island. Let's do a Rona draw discard if I could.
You got it, dude.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of this mental misstep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Okay.
that it matters much right now. Let's
I mean, it's not countering dragons.
exactly. I'm just gonna crack Moon Silver.
Okay.
If that's okay with everybody.
Go bananas.
It is just a mana vault. And then I'll pass.
Okay.
There you go, Matt. Here's your moment.
Big money. Untap, upkeep, draw.
And pass.
Here's a lotus petal.
Okay.
There you go.
This is
You have
probably
a-
going.
A wheel?
This is probably going to look scarier than it is, but Dan can maybe back me up. I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Do
you
what you
have
gotta
some
do, bro.
unknown cards. I'm assuming
Here's
you're
a-
playing the voice. Yeah.
Here's a voice of victory.
Hard.
I
man.
pass.
I'll start by tapping this Goblin Engineer.
Yep. You got it.
Sack my Basalt, targeting Esper Sentinel.
Sure.
Yeah, T, don't hit me, please.
Yeah, like so we could talk it out. I will not swing at you on my next turn if you please take out the voice of victory. Unless Dan can reveal if he can stop it, TTC can't stop a voice of victory. And also he may run clones.
Yeah.
I don't want him to clone that either. But can you please get rid of the voice of victory and TTC won't swing at you on his next turn? Is that okay?
The only thing I can do. Yeah, I'll activate Jolly Blue Man, target Skyclave. I will exile the voice of victories. You'll get a 2/2.
Well, I guess that still gives me mana, so I guess I'm not as far out.
I'll
of
move
this
to
game.
combat.
Mhm.
Dan, I'll poke you for 1 because you're not protected by the One Ring anymore. Sack my balloon. Fast turn.
Oh,
I
yeah,
am a
that's
man of my
cool.
word. I will not swing at B-Rad this turn. I will draw 1. Ooh. Land, baby.
Uh-oh.
I will declare that I'm casting the Dragon Lord Jamoka, and then I'll tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get wrecked, boys. And if Dragon Lord Jamoka resolves, I will
Oh.
go to combat.
I will respond.
Oh, you got it, brother. Go ahead.
I will tap 4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is
Hard cast Mind Break Drop.
this is the only game we're playing right now. I'll flash an event, sir.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'll have an untapped trigger for Rona. He'll have an ETB trigger if he resolves.
Yeah. I'm actually
Yeah.
fine with this, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'll untap Rona, and then the ETB trigger will just return Dramoka to your hand.
Yeah, I'd love to see that get used right now. Fuck yes. Yes. Fuck yes. Good to go to combat. 7
Oh,
at Dan the Handyman. I'll send.
Dude, Tiamat's a 7/7.
4.
What the?
Yeah,
fuck?
it's a 7/7.
she big.
I'll send
One for
7
each
at
head.
Dan the Handyman, and yeah, I don't run food chain. I'm supposed to be a turbo deck. I should have won by now, but it's okay.
Me too. Me too.
Me and Dan look like, yeah, this is
My
we're in the
Molda
end
3
game.
console hand was
I will
different than my
send.
traditional plan.
I'll send. Yeah, I'll send 7 here at Dan. I'll send 6 on the ground in Celestia. I'm a man of my word, B-Rad. And if you can tell me a good deal next turn, I'll keep on not swinging at you. So next turn, go ahead.
And so, can I run it again?
Yep,
Tap to
you got it.
discard. Gotta get rid of this transmute artifact.
Sack Lotus Petal.
What?
Untap. I'm gonna play Undercity Survey for a Surveil.
Yeah,
Is that
Yeah.
okay?
yeah.
Let me tap Mana Vault for 3, Ancient Tomb for 2, even though it kills me. I would like to cast this Might Stone, Weak Stone. I'll have a Rona trigger to untap. I'm just debating if I want to use it. Kind of do. I'm gonna tap her in response to the untap trigger, holding priority. I'm gonna discard this offer I can't refuse.
He's discarding counter magic. What is in your hand, bro?
I don't want that stuff. I am going to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Birds of Paradise. There
I'm
was an
just
Esper
looking at
Sentinel
'em.
trigger on the Feller Stone. I can't wait for it.
I'm just looking at him, bro.
We're just going in and out. Who knows?
Alright. I'm down to 5 cards in hand, and I'll pass turn.
I will sack this Esper Sentinel and
Uh-oh.
target the Basalt Model. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I will tap 4.
Mhm.
I will cast Felidar Guardian. I'm not winning. I'm just flickering.
Oh
this
no!
out.
So what are you doing then, B? Talk to the table. You got
I'm
3
just
players, blue players.
literally
We're all faking
progressing
interaction right now. So talk to us, bro.
Progressing my board state. I
Okay, so what is
casting
he?
Felidar Guardian. Gonna flicker Basalt Monolith. I'll tap Basalt. Activate Jolly Balloon Man, targeting Felidar.
All right, B-Rad, talk to me, bro. What else are we doing this turn?
I am trying to cast. I don't think this affects you at all, so I think.
No,
you'll be
just
fine
talk.
with this.
Just talk me through what you're gonna do, because I don't want to lose because we just slow step a loss. I don't know your lines, bro.
I'm copying Felidar to flicker Basalt, which will give me another 3 mana,
Okay.
and then I'm casting a Karn the Great Creator.
I'm
And
actually
then
fine
it
with
gets like
that.
Matt. It gets Matt off of.
Well, I just mean like I feel like that play. I'm not just trying to be crazy, but like I feel like
Yeah.
that literally hands T the game, right? If you think you can 1v1 T knowing what T has in hand, because you would take me down to this, and you'd take Matt down to can't play basically. So
But
I can also just flicker Jolly Balloon Man and get another Felidar Guardian activation. Yeah, because then I have to tap this again, and then I'm tapped out.
So talk it through to me. What are you gonna do? Because I don't want to slow roll and lose the game because I say, oh yeah, you're not gonna win this turn, and then we just get completely locked out. What's up? Talk to
Well,
me.
the other thing I could do is flicker that, still flicker Basalt, and cast a Smothering Tide. Alright, I'll flicker this Basalt.
Sure.
I will tap this. We'll lose 1. I'll cast Smothering Tide.
Pass on it.
Pass on it.
pass on it.
And then
got it.
I will go ahead and pass the turn.
Untap upkeep. I would draw 1 card. That is a land drop, so I can pay for Smothering Tide. Play a Verdant Catacombs. Just crack the Verdant Catacombs. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Just get a scrub. Yes, yeah, that's right on top. I'll lose 1 life to Mana Confluence, and I'll do the same play. And I don't mind if this gets tickled again. Yeah, just cast the Dragon Lord.
And you
Jamoka.
paid for Tithe, right?
Yeah, I
You said
paid
you
for Tithe with these 2. Yeah. To go to combat.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
I will swing at Dan. I think we should swing at the player that I'm swinging at. I'm going to swing 7 at B-Rad plus 6 in the air.
I will block with Skyclave tier 4/4.
Good, you
Oh
got
yeah,
it.
and I'll block your 2/2 with my 1/4, right? You got a 2/2 coming at me.
Yeah. I will pass the turn.
And step by just untap, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4 to untap Grim. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Trigger Mana Vault. Lose a life. Draw.
You paid for it.
I am going to pay for it. I'm going to use the Might Stone Weak Stone.
If there's any.
Thassa's Oracle
no, you
is
don't have to think
on the
about anything.
stack.
I'm gonna lose the exact same way I lost last time with T. I'm gonna put my Thoughts as combo and feed him the game. He's
Yeah.
always got the answer.
T.
I'll pass on Thassa. Let's see how deep he goes with his Tainted.
Ancient Tomb and a blue, holding 1 colorless. I will cast a Snapcaster Mage. Can
Yeah,
figure
go
it
ahead. You got it, bro.
out.
Yeah.
If it ETBs, I'll target the Decon.
Okay.
Yep.
With the target on the stack, I'll respond.
Sure.
If I do this, B-Rad, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what your line is. I don't care. I don't want to see a win attempt, and I don't want my board touch. I won't swing at you next turn, but I'm gonna put some more pressure on Dan, but
Hey,
we make that deal?
T, how about this instead? We think Felidar is part of his combo. I can get rid of that.
Okay, I still like I'm gonna be honest. All right, B, you are one of the greatest like off meta brewers I know. I'm not being a meanie right now. This is me respecting you as a pilot. I say it's on stream. If you want to clip farm me, TC is saying you are one of the greatest off meta brewers I know. That's why I keep looking at you, because I don't know how your deck wins. Okay, well, let me lie. I know how it wins, but you have.
Well, you know how he wins in this right moment.
No, I hear that. I hear that, but I don't want
to.
I'm also experienced enough player to say I'm not stopping one player to do this. I would love if Matt could get rid of the Felidar Guardian. That's phenomenal. But in addition to that, what I'm saying to B-Rad, I don't want to see a win attempt, period. And I don't want my board touched. I don't really care about the board. I just want to be able to put some more swingers, some more flyers on Dan and Matt. But
I'm dead. Like when it gets back to,
I get you, but I won't swing at you. Like, I'm willing to make that deal. I will not swing at you. Okay. I just don't want to see a win attempt on your turn. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to stop him just to lose to you. And I say that of love. I will not swing any creatures at you.
I mean, I'm just saying that I would prefer you swing at Brad and take him out of the equation entirely.
I hear that and I agree with you, but right now, like, even if we were to remove the Felidar, I believe his deck is resilient enough to find alternative lines. I think it's better to make the deal with Brad, either lose here or we don't, or like give me another turn to top deck, because right now I'm in top deck mode. I'd rather top deck some juicy than hope that just removing the Felidar is good enough.
But you're not just in top deck mode. You still have like 8 dragons in hand.
Now you're over exaggerating, my big guy. If I'm not swinging the dragons at you, then it doesn't matter.
If I can remove any of the creatures on his board, would you feel more comfortable?
The fact that Brad is not wanting to make this deal means he has a resilient win line. Are you willing to make?
I don't.
Okay. Can you make the deal? Can you please not present a win on your turn? Is that okay?
Sure, I won't present a win on my turn.
Okay, thank you. And can you leave my board alone so I can put more pressure on Dan and Matt? Is that okay?
Yeah, as long as you also don't win on your next turn.
What are you giving him in return?
I'm not swinging at him. I can kill him on my next turn.
Okay.
But if you think I can win on my next turn, how does that help me?
Well, I'm just saying, just clarify.
No, the incentive is I just swing
he's
lethal at them, and I'm asking. So is that okay?
Right. But I think what Dan's also saying is like, if I had win, which I don't.
It's okay.
Like, then what does not swinging at me matter with if I'm not winning on my next turn?
No, I got
you. If you don't have win, then you just don't take the deal.
No, if you don't have win, just take the deal and then you're square. Just all right, fine. I won't win. I didn't plan on winning either way. I just don't want to win after situation. That's all. That's all I'm proposing to the table right now. To B-Rad, not even to the table. Are you fine with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, then I will.
As long as Matt doesn't.
On the flip side of
that, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Matt. Talk to me. I'm fine.
I can remove any creature on the battlefield right now.
Sure.
If it gets to my turn, any creature can be gone. So
sure.
Like, I would prefer to just not get attacked. I really think you should attack Brad. I really think you should take. Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah, talk to me.
Dan has already revealed 4 of my cards, and I have revealed the 5th card out of commentary.
Right.
So like,
so you're saying don't swing at you either. Don't swing at you.
I feel like I am the last player.
Okay.
So,
all right. Fine.
I legitimately think that you are better off killing the other 2, because I think you legit beat me in a 1v1 right now.
I hear that. All right, so I won't swing at you my next turn. I don't know how Brad can get out of this, but he's one of the best off meta brewers I know, so I have to respect him as a pilot. So that's why I'm going to B-Rad. But if you're saying that you want to hold up the removal spell for me to not swing at you, I'm fine with that, and I will not swing at you. That you got me. You politics me. That's fine. Is that okay?
Yep.
In response to Dan's ETB, I will crack Lotus Petal for a black, and I will tap this to exile that instant or sorcery out of the graveyard.
Got it done.
And each opponent loses 2 life.
To make a tough decision, because I wasn't gonna do this other thing I had, but then all the talk just happened, which basically, if I'm summing this up right, T, the talk ended with you swing everything at me and I die, right?
I can't kill you right now, lethal. I can only do 13 damage.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't kill you. Like, the only person I could kill was B-Rad. That's why I didn't go to Matt or go to you or Matt, because I can't kill either of you. I don't run pump spells. That's why I could go to B-Rad and have a conversation with him, because I had lethal on board. That was the only reason that conversation could happen.
You
I'm
a
sorry,
hard
guys.
time, man.
I have a resolution on my.
Oh yeah,
Proxy.
Yeah, you get to look at a lot of
Go
cards.
ahead.
So 1,
You get
2,
a lot of
3,
cards.
4, 5, 6. Okay, I'll keep one on top. Rest go to the bottom.
I will draw. Yeah, I will pay for the Smothering Tide with this guy's cradle.
Go
I'll put a
bananas.
Ristic Study on the stack.
Pass. You have a
Yeah.
Ristic Study.
I'll pass then.
Untap. I will draw. I will just go ahead and tap 1, sacking this Salt Monolith to get my Esper Sentinel back.
You got it.
Fast turn there.
Hold on.
So I got to play through a Smothering Tide,
Just in your
Esper. Yeah, what's up?
Well, I want to ask T,
What's up?
what's the general game plan?
I want you to use
Because-
whatever you have in your hand, whatever interaction. I want you to use it. That is my
Because
game plan.
If you're trying to win, then
I
gotta
want.
Well, he said he
I
wasn't
want.
gonna
I
win.
want you. I want you to
Said he
use
wasn't gonna
all the
win.
interaction in your hand. All I made the deal to B-Rad is that he not win. So if you have interaction, I want you to.
No,
use it.
I said you won't win on your next turn.
I didn't
either,
agree
so
to that. I made the deal that I wouldn't
it's
swing at you.
okay.
So I want him to be scared of the possible win that I have in my turn. I want him to use the piece of interaction. So if you think I can win, I want you to use the interaction. I do, because that means you have less interaction to protect whatever you got going on.
Are you sure?
Yes, I want you to use your interaction. If you have it, I want you to use it because you'll have less to protect yourself.
That's crazy, dude. It
Yeah,
doesn't
I
even
want you to use
protect
it.
me.
If you have it, I want you to use it. Like of love. Like I want you to use it. Yeah.
Alright, let me tap Rona to draw a discard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trigger.
there will be a trigger. Yep, Smothering Tide trigger.
Yeah, take it. I'll discard Tarnish Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
Just pongify the Dramoka.
How about Fishify it? Here's an Into the Flood Maul.
Mm.
So I'll draw first.
You
then
draw
you
first,
draw.
and then
Trigger
I-
Smothering Tide.
Yeah, I'm taking this draw and trigger
Uh-huh.
Smothering Tide. You got it, bro.
I
Yeah.
will untap. Upkeep, and I will draw one card.
Smothering Tide.
I don't think it matters anymore, dude. What I'm thinking about is the possible from B to recycle the hand. I don't know if, but like, because that would give him a full board.
I don't
sake
have a
and give
wheel
him-
in hand if that's what you're
Oh no
asking.
no no no! I'm not saying you do. I'm saying that I'm thinking about the scariest play. Like that's how I think. If anyone ever wants to know how TTC thinks, I think about what's the scariest thing that can happen, and then let me act off the scariest thing, and so that can give me like a little bit of a buffer. You feel what I'm saying? So the scariest thing I think about right now is a Smothering Tide with the wheel. There is a what's it called? A Ristic that is scary and is gonna keep being scary. So then I'm thinking like, all right, I don't mind losing the dragons because I can draw into other reanimation, like reanimator champions or whatever not. So I don't mind the wheel. So I'm thinking, man, all right, so what am I scared of? What is the big bad scary thing? And so that's what I'm thinking about. And also I'm thinking about loud is I like that I got the one piece removal out. I think it's good to just let people just keep wasting removal on the Dragon Lord Dramoka. Because the other drag, like if I like respectfully, if I'm about to tear the peaks out on the board and that gets removed, then now I like kind of in the water. I have to hope to draw Thrasios then. So now I'm thinking about on the Smothering Tithe. I'll let you have one more treasure because I don't think it's going to matter with the Ristic study out.
Good treasure.
And then
I would say, I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
What's up?
That's a good call. I'm so far behind that I need the cards more than I'm worried about Brad having. The
yeah, like,
treasures.
I'm just talking my thoughts out like that. That's what I'm worried about. Like the scariest thing he can do is top deck a wheel with his board state. He can get a bunch of mana and do all the things. And I think spot removal is the scariest thing because like if I'm trying to do Tiamat shenanigans, I don't want people to remove my Tiamat because that's my ability to put pressure on the board. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather them remove, even exile the Dramoka than remove the Tiamat. Like that's how I was like, hey bro, if you gotta remove what you gotta remove it. Because if he holds the Tiamat over, if he holds removing the Tiamat over, man, that's my clock to the table. Like it's 5 turns, but that's my clock. So I have to play to my out that's on board, which is my Tiamat. Because my other dragons, they have summoning sickness and I don't run hasten ability dragon. If the audience ever knows what's going through T's head, that's how I think what's the worst that could happen. So I will do that exact play. I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and then I'll just recast the Dragon Lord Jamoka.
I have a Ristic Study trigger.
Draw, bro. Don't matter.
All right, I will take the draw.
Oh, good treasure.
Yep.
I passed on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Tap this UC to play my top deck of Rain of Filth. You can draw.
I will draw.
Draw.
Yeah, you can give me
Treasure.
treasure.
Sack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I can also tap these creatures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cast a Hoarding Broodlord.
May I draw?
Draw.
I will draw. Yeah.
Smiling Tide trigger.
ETB tap 3. Cast a Saw and Have targeting my Hoarding Broodlord.
May I draw?
Draw. Destroy both. Make 2 copies. Get a Burnt Offering and a Draco Genesis. I'll tap this, sack this for 8 red mana, and then I'll tap this to help convoke it out. I'll floating 1 red mana. I'll cast a Draco Genesis. That okay?
I'll draw.
Got it.
Draw.
Hey,
Okay.
there's a silence.
All right. Is Draco Genesis okay?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Cast,
Draw this. Yep.
and then I'll cast the
Oh.
Terror of the Peaks. I'll have an ETB. I'll do 5 damage to Jolly Balloon Man. And then I will cast a Blade Wing the Risen from the hand.
May I draw?
Blade Wing the Risen will do the trigger things. I would like to present a loop to do infinite damage to the table.
I mean, I will say, if I was gonna push for a win on my turn, what does you hitting me have to do with anything? Is what I was saying. That's why I was like, okay, well, as long as you're not also winning.
So what I'm going to say to B, when you politic, you need to make sure at the end of the day that they are agreeing to what you want to agree to and not agreeing to what they at the ending statement I said is, I'm not swinging at you and and I don't want you to win. That was the only thing I agreed to. And because that you didn't say, wait, hey.
Well, I did. I mean, you have it recorded when you edited.
No,
it.
you
I'm
did
curious
say
as
that
to what
line,
happened.
but I intentionally did not agree with that. I intentionally didn't agree with that. That's what I'm saying. I intentionally didn't agree with that because I knew I could win with Hoarding Broodlord.
I thought you could counter. Well, I thought you were gonna counter his. Oh, do the thing for. I was like, there's no way you just don't do this right now.
Do what? The exile? Oh,
Counter.
I mean,
yeah, exile this thing. I was like, there's no way you just don't do that. Like,
I
there's
mean,
no
if
way
I
you're
lose to you, yeah, I got to. Like, I have to because, like,
like, you just let him win there.
No, 100%. Because I don't like, and this is just my play style. I play with the mentality, and I coach people, and I tell people, do never let one game define you. The statement of it's just a game is not to demean you and say, get over it, it's just a game. It's to say it's just a singular game. And when you move with that mindset, it's just a game. I'm okay with losing this time, knowing that I didn't just lose here and just to lose. I'd rather increase my chances to say I'm willing to lose all of it right here because it's just a game. It doesn't define me as a player. But
Right. I almost said go ahead. Like, I literally was about to.
No, yeah, we were just gonna lose to Dan at
Like,
that
let's
point.
lose.
Yeah, we
Oh,
just
Brad.
I would have said
Nah, because the deal, like at the point that deal was just saying like I don't want to lose to you, and it just I kept saying it like I don't know how you're gonna win. I don't know it, but I know you can win. You have enough value in the graveyard on the board. I'm like I don't know what the line is. I don't really care what the line is. I just know the fact that you don't want to commit to not winning right there is just the epitome of just like hey, like you got something. I don't know what it is.
Afterwards, I thought about it, and I said I wasn't gonna win, and I was like, wait, I probably could have just did my thing, killed everybody but one person, be like, I didn't win. One person's still alive.
That's fair.
Celestial, you're still alive.
Could have done that.
You could
I
have
thought
done
about that after you said like.
Celestial, you're still
never-
alive.
Well, I mean,
That's like you're-
but then you
Wow.
eat all the interaction out the table. You eat his into the flop maw. You eat my chain of vapor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you cast
Yeah,
that silence effect and you just eat all removal. And then unless you start sacking lands to bounce my shit, it just turns into a thing where just like we're like, all right, I do the same exact thing. All right, Dragon Lord Jamoka, Like the same thing happens because unless you have two deflecting swats or some shit.
I didn't have those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like me and Dan are forced to, the minute you put that silence, to interact to rip your board up. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I would have dogged on it.
Yeah, like I would have hit, I would have hit one, he would have hit one. We just said fuck this shit. Like fuck this shit, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, dude, we hitting it together, just.
like yeah, like and once I get mine into the flood mall, we doubling up on into the flood malls. We giving each other fish. You know what I'm
I
saying?
have so many tokens though. I have so many
Yes,
more.
sir.
Oh wait,
Yeah. No, but we just
crazy
give them the
that
map. We
card
give it to the
doesn't
guys
go to the
trail
first
players. Say,
one,
hey, you get all the fish. But
Yeah.
no, but I say all that to say, like, if I can say this from my perspective, I feel like the only mistake that was made in that politic was not that you made a deal, is that at the end of the deal, you didn't say, hold on, T, are you agreeing to all these terms? Because at the end of the deal, I had stated, I'm not going to win on my
moving
turn.
Forward, I'm just going to get out one of these, and I'm going to write the deal on this.
No. Oh, if you want to do that,
one.
you can.
Check 2. These are what? This is.
No. I'm saying
That way
this.
I don't miss anything.
My intention to say this is like the similar. I don't know if y'all saw the Golden Sabretooth's interview on Critical EDH.
Critical? Yeah.
One of the greatest interviews for cEDH or just Magic the Gathering I've ever seen, and it was the humility to say is like allowing mistakes to happen, and just it's like say, hey, just take it back is not going to make people better. You have to play it out and allow them to learn from that mistake. Because you did not at the end of the deal, at the end of the conversation, say you did say, and as long as you don't win, you know what I'm saying, you threw that as a line. But if that's the case, if that's okay, I can always just say, well, as long as you do this under my breath while I'm politicking to you all, and then bring up all these different things. Oh, I said this is this all. At the end of the conversation, after all that debating and talking, you got to say, T, I will make that deal with you. You cannot win on your turn. You cannot do this in your turn. And you can't do this. You can't hit me. You can't win. And what was the third thing? And you can't, what is it? And oh yeah, and I won't present one of my turn. We can do those three things. You don't win, I don't win, and you don't hit me.
You take care of my thing.
You said what?
It was also you were gonna take care of my thing.
Oh yeah, and that's before and then with like if we make that deal, then I will hit his thing in the graveyard. And if you had solidified that at the end of the conversation, then I could have still done the same action. But similar to the first game, I would not be able to once again win the game. Kind of to the semantics of where you said, well, I didn't win the game. I just killed two players. I killed B-Rad and Dan, or I killed Dan and Matt or whatever. Now, I didn't kill you. And I didn't hit you anything. I just left you so I can upkeep, do the same thing, silence and this thing. And then but that makes this even better players. Now we're going to like, hey, you cannot win. You cannot kill a player. And this is where the politics get better because you lose from misunderstanding something or not closing all the gaps. And then the next time you get better and you get better and you get better and you get better.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't telling you to write deals down with you. I didn't lie. I just didn't agree to like the
No,
one
I'm saying like for
statement.
myself, be like to write it down so I can look at it and be like, what am I missing? Like, what am I missing out of what I just wrote down? Like, you're not gonna hit me with creatures? Okay, no, you're not gonna.
Oh, I thought you meant creatures. That's why I said, yeah, I ain't gonna hit you with creatures. Fuck that shit. I just want to get this Hoarding Broodlord down. No, but yeah.
So I do have a quick question for the table.
Yes.
Does anyone actually have interaction?
Yeah, I could have silenced.
Okay, so Brad, just so I know for my own well-being.
Right.
Yeah.
If I put a Neoform on the stack on my turn, sacrificing the Birds of Paradise, do you cast that card?
For a 3-drop?
2-drop.
I guess if you tell him,
probably not.
Yeah, he just says,
Okay.
just tell him you're not going to get a devoted druid.
No. I'm asking if he, on his own instinct, would, because I had this.
Oh, so yeah,
nice.
so like he would just politically say, hey, are you getting devoted druid? If not, then
Yeah,
you're fine.
no. Like politicking aside, don't get me wrong. Yeah, politicking aside,
Right.
I was just asking if instinctually, if I cast a Neoform sacrificing the birds, if he would silence. That was my
No,
only
probably
question.
not.
Wait, so
I mean, depending on the
this?
conversation.
Why didn't you send the silence on T's turn?
I should have. During the Dramakas. He went down to 2 land. And I was like, well, he's only at 2 land. You know, I didn't think about a sack all.
I mean,
yeah, it
I
makes
mean,
sense, but
yeah, I guess, yeah.
I guess
yeah.
I might have only because of
I honestly wanted to use it
Deathrite
on
2
Celestial's
lands
turn
could
because he
just be
said he has a
Proxy.
sorcery speed removal spell. So what I was gonna do is get to Celestial.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
so
Silence
I
you.
had-
Go to
I
my
had-
turn.
I had
I would have mana
Neoform,
echoed, and then I would have infinitely made Feldar Guardians.
Mm.
which until I drew it in this turn cycle, Neoform at any point gets me Volatile Stormtree.
And then if anybody stopped that, I would have just. So if you would have stopped that, I would have been able to go into a. Where is it? Zadara.
What's that one?
Into bring back
Oh,
Assault, which
it
makes
makes
infinite
infinite.
colorless. I
Gotcha.
would have cast Umbral Mantle, put it on Jolly, and then I would have made it infinite Feldars again anyway. if I
Getting
got
the
stuck.
Umbral with the Goblin, or no, from your hand or from the.
No, I just had I had Umbral in like my opening hand.
Got you. And you were
Yeah.
you going to use the silence effect to prevent him from removing thing on your board, and then your turn you had another silence effect, I'm guessing, to play through the heuristic, or were you just going to pay for all the heuristic study triggers?
I was just play for him. I at that point. If you guys didn't, if one of you would have paid your treasure, I would have pushed there because I
Gotcha.
would have been able to silence first to see what you guys had, and then
Yeah, that's why that's the reason I had that politic with you, because like the respect, I just didn't know what to expect, and I didn't want to say don't cast the card. That's why I said to you like, hey, I don't know what you can do. You're one of the best off meta brewers I know. Can you just not do the off meta brew thing respectfully? You know what I'm saying? And so that's why that was the reason I was having the conversation with B-Rad, and I didn't want to have a conversation with Matt because I did have lethal form on board, and the only thing he could say to me is don't swing at me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the point
but like swing at me doesn't matter if I went for the win there.
100%, but we don't get to your turn because I was the only one that could stop him with the Deathrite Shaman. That's why I said, all right, with the ETB on the stack targeting demonic consultation, like, hey, bro, can you just not do the thing that I know your deck can do? You know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, like we all knew, like I'm gonna speak for myself. I see you as one of the best off meta brewers, so you had enough powerful cards on board that I didn't need to know where the line is. I just knew the fact that you didn't want to make the deal. He probably has a line that I don't know about, and that's fine. So I need to make sure that I can untap again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
well, if it makes anybody feel better, I'm a big dumb idiot, and I simply forgot about the death rate.
I saw
I thought
immediately
you
when
had
you
some
went
tech
to
for
do
me.
that line. I was like, he's about to get Deathrite shot.
Yeah, it's
I-
cool.
I
I
thought
just
you got-
forgot you
I
had
kept
Kettle
thinking
and
T was
gonna
gonna do it to me, and then I read Deathrite Shaman and was like, oh, it doesn't hit artifacts. Like I'm fine.
Yeah.
Because at one
Like,
point I was
if it
like,
makes-
wait a second before
Yeah.
I
If it makes
activated.
anybody feel any better, that fucking OBM just put me out of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I am on Eastern time, and it is 2 a.m.
that's
so-
being
Same.
fair. That's
I don't-
being fair.
No, is
I don't
it really
feel, like,
2 a.m.?
terrible.
Yeah.
Dan, where the hell are you? Because like I'm also.
I'm
on
I'm in New
Eastern time.
Hampshire, but
Oh
it's
god.
Oh, okay, yeah.
2:05
Yeah.
for me,
Great game.
and
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
blasted.
All right.
It's 2:05 for me.
But
Cool.
but admittedly, still a misplay.
Nah,
But,
I mean,
you know.
but you'll never make that mistake again. A and B, you're better because of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's
and-
also like you said, right? Like we're on, especially on like spell table and stuff. You got to do that, like, yo, let me do the board state check thing every once.
What do
in a
you
while,
think
and
I do that every turn, Frank cycle
That's
4?
what I'm saying, dude. I never do that shit.
Every turn
especially on
cycle I
spell
do
table.
Yo,
like-
Dan. Honestly, I feel that I've started getting into the habit of board state check because I have fallen victim to
I know
that.
it's so foolish,
On
but
spell
it is what it
table.
is.
that. Yeah. So
Now,
can we
yeah.
talk opening hands real quick? I'll share mine.
Oh.
Can we go to me, Dan, Celeste, and B-Rad? I know it's getting late. I want to make sure I get you out of bed. I got to go to someone's graduation in the morning. My boss is graduating, getting her master's, so I want to make sure I can get to her appointment. I'm really, really proud of her. She has been working her tail off. So shout out to you. I'm not going to say your government name, but shout out to you if for some God-given reason you stumble upon this on the internet. My 5 I kept was Arid Mesa, Mystic Remora, Undercity Sewers, Imperial Sail, and Orcish Bowmasters, and I chose the bottom Pyroblast and Flusterstorm. I didn't want to keep OBM, but the reason I kept it was because I said I don't have a consistent way to be able to stop B-Rad, and technically Matt is a creature deck, quote unquote, so that'd be helpful. I didn't think it would be able to affect Dan at all, so I was like, I just gotta hope that Matt will have something for Dan, and then I could have something for B and Matt. And I chose not to do the turn 1 fish when I top decked the Deathrite Shaman, because I knew if I cracked my Arid Mesa for a Tundra, I would not have the black mana necessary to cast the rest of my spells in hand. We're all black. So I said, let me go ahead and do the mana. I'll miss out on the turn 1 fish, but it's okay because I'll be able to keep the fish around longer. So that was my game plan. I had 0, 2, what's his name? 2, don't get mad, get better player. That one, this is what a 5 looks like. What I was joking about, seriously, you want to just get a draw engine, and or if you can get the nuts, cool, but you just really want a draw engine to be able to get back in the game. But B-Rad, rightfully so, removed it early, and the OBM, so I really was only maybe able to draw maybe 3-4 cards, so kind of went in the water. Notably, my MCO got a Dream Halls, and that was when I didn't push that one turn because I thought everyone had it, but when I top decked the Veil, I felt comfortable, like, let's just see if I can make one person have it, and B, of course, had the double along with Matt, so I couldn't push that, and so I had an Elvish Spirit guy in the land left, and so just went to top deck mode on that. So but that's my hand, that's my game plan. When I got the dragons, I have to give flowers to Dan. Shout out to Dan. We had a conversation after our last game that we played, and he was like, hey, when you cast Tiamat, why didn't you get any dragons? And the real reason was like, I already had Wind in hand. I didn't want to fudge up anything. I'm like, nah, I don't want to put any extra pressure or any eyes on me. Because I had the necromancy hand to do the line that I did. However, he made me think in my head. I was like, I've been doing that. Like I've cast Tiamat twice for beats, and both times didn't grab any dragons. I think Dan may be on something and put it like a little bug in my ear to think about it. So I was like, all right, this time I'm gonna get my team. I'm gonna grab the dragons and maybe be able to push something. And as I kept making land drops, that's when it came to my head, like, oh shit, if I can untap with the Dramoka, I can convoke all these creatures to do a Hoarding Brute-Lord. And rightfully so, I couldn't say to Dan, hey, don't remove the Dramoka. He was 100% right. So I had to flip it to please use it, because even if he doesn't, remove it, then I have to either say I'm not doing anything on my turn, or he can use it on the end step to take out a Tiamat because he has 7 commander damage. It's a fuck for me. It's better for him to remove the Dramoka, period. Just use it, because I'm trying to go for a combo that targets, which is Saw in Half, Hoarding Brute-Lord, and I'm not going to do that unprotected against B and Dan and probably Matt, because he said he had spot removal as well. So at the end of the day, period, it was please use it, go bananas. And then I top decked the Rain of Filth. I did not have that in my hand. I thought I was going to have to do a Dramoka pass again, and I top decked Saw in Half, and that's why I said fuck it, I'm just going to keep not pay for the and do all that. So that was the gameplay. That's what happened. Pass it over to Dan.
Yeah, that was sick. Okay, so my game, obviously, here's the bummer, and I hope that we get a rematch sometime, but for my debut on the official TTC, I had some really low trash moles. It happens that way. It's cEDH sometimes. I hit a bunch of one or no landers as I was moving down. There was probably a couple higher mulligans that I could have kept, but it's that, right? I'm in seat 2. Rona is really, I would call it a turbo pivot, right? So my main game plan in a higher seat is going to be turbo. In lower seats, even depending on the pod, I'm still going to probably try to push turbo, but I can pivot into mid-range. So being in C2, I'm looking for turbo, so I'm being a little bit aggressive. I gave up a second 7 that was definitely playable, but it didn't present anything early, and it didn't have really a consistent draw engine. But thereafter, after second 7, I just drew garbage. So at that point, we're just kind of trying to bail out into a draw engine, and I saw 0, right? So all the way down until my keep for 3, which unfortunately I don't remember exactly what the other cards were, because I just kind of put these ones in. It was still a 1-lander, so this is what I ended up keeping, because I wasn't going to go to 2. I could have gone to 2 and tried to get land fish, but that felt even riskier. So, which is crazy, right? Because I have decon, but still, just going for. What's up?
Well, do you get a vault with that? Question mark. Oh no, it's slower. Never mind. Take it back.
Okay, yeah. So there were 2 options. Okay, so here's the 3, and this is the thought process on the 3. Obviously, it's if I draw a land, I can consider being safer and just going for turn 2 Rona and being selective and just hold the decon. Otherwise, if I didn't draw a land, which I didn't, I have to go turn 1 decon. The other choice here, to be honest, would have just been to get some form of acceleration to play safer. as opposed to the fish, because I didn't think the fish would get fed very much, which is the reason I was like, oh, I don't know about the fish, which ended up being true. But right, because when I'm looking at the decks I'm up against and when I was going to be deploying my fish, like, it feels like I'm going to be seeing a lot of creature-based stuff out of Celestial Winter, a lot of creature-based stuff out of B-Rad, and because you're on fish and I've seen how you play fish, I know that you're just going to pay for your fish. So I'm assuming...
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
So I'm assuming I'm gonna get like 0 cards out of you and maybe 1 or 2 cards over here. So it feels like, because I only have a land, right? I can pay for fish guaranteed only 1 time. I ended up going for it because, honestly, you were gassing me up on it, and the other line wasn't really that strong anyway. It was
Which
basically
one?
It was just
mean?
go for like Ancient Tomb.
Because
If I hit Ancient Tomb, I have more like guaranteed value, even though it's slower. It doesn't get me to the ring, but it like, because I would have Ancient Tombed before I go to my second turn. Then I have a guaranteed land drop that I can get into Rona. I can draw something else, maybe another, piece of mana that gets me into the One Ring, and I can more realistically pivot into the One Ring. It's still not good. Everything is bad when this is your opener. Gotcha. But like, it's Ancient Tomb or fish is my thought process. Does that make sense?
No, that makes 100% sense. I wanted to say I wasn't. My intention was the fish is because I watch a lot of cEDH TV, right, and they a lot of times will decon for a Ristic or a fish, and so that
you're
was
not even. Yeah, you're not even wrong. It's not bad. And like I said, for me, it literally was between 2 cards. I'm like, I like fish is the only draw engine that I can afford to actually cast. Yeah. So obviously that's one. The other one for me is Ancient Tomb, but I ended up going with fish because of, honestly, again, just like we were talking about it. Not that like you tricked me into it. I still think it was a good play.
I would have done the same thing.
I was kind of like on the fence of like, do I want to like have guaranteed value over time through mana, but how much really, Anyway, so that was my game plan, but this is one of those classic things for the audience or whatever. If you're newish to cEDH, like sometimes you have bailout hands, and sometimes you just have to do the decon and cross your fingers. Now, unluckily for me, I immediately exiled most of my interaction suite and my 2 commander-based win cons, so it did become one of those games where I just sit and hope I eventually find value or some form of Thassa's decon. By the time I presented my first Thassa, I was a little overconfident with it because I had protection for it in hand, and
Which one was the protection?
I had a pact.
You didn't give a fuck, but yeah. Okay.
So I was ready to like fight for it on the stack. I honestly just forgot about Deathrite. I also had a Mockingbird, so I was prepared to go again if I needed to on a with either copying the Snapcaster or the Thassa. So I was like feeling pretty okay about like, send it this turn, I have Pact for protection. If it flubs, then next turn I'll send it again. Gotcha. But it again, I made a misplay. Like there's nothing really, like, no real way around,
No, it's okay. You'll never make it again. And yeah, side note, I think your choice for fish, even hindsight, is good because you didn't even hit an Ancient Tomb, did you?
No. I hit it way late, like in the game. I eventually played it, but
yeah, like think about how. I mean, granted, this is like random, so we can't say this. That means fish is the best move. But yeah. I don't think you were crazy for that hand. I think it was a great hand, and I don't know anybody who would choose anything different. But that's just me. I love fish, so I'm biased. Don't listen to me.
And when you're on a mold of 3, dude. What are your options?
Fuck
like,
yeah,
that's not a bad way out.
Like literally, like my statement I say to people, "What are we talking about here, bro?" Like, so yeah. That sounds good to me, Mr. Dan. Talk to me, Matt, brother.
So, I mean, I feel like I have the least amount to say because I got fucked. I mean, this was my opening hand, right? So we all know that I pitched the Recruiter to the Gemstone. So my thought process here is this: I'm looking, and I'm like, okay. I have turn 1 Yoshi into Gaia's Cradle. If I top deck a land, then I have a turn 2 Ristic. If I don't, then I play the Voice of Victory, which is a card I actively want to play anyways. And then I'm looking at a turn 3 Ristic with some possible other green shenanigans. But then the OBM came down and killed the Yoshi, and then I just didn't do anything at that point, right? Like, by the time that Dan Gataxian probed me, I mean, what, 3 of these cards were still in my hand.
Yeah, you literally had the ability to play nothing. Just keep up Swan Song for like until you get that.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's right. When you attack spread me, I had 4 of these cards in my hand. And then the other 2 that you knew were what? Finale of Devastation and
Finale and voice. No, you have voice out. Finale, Cutzel, voice, Swan Song, Ristic, Neoform.
Neoform, yeah. So when I drew the Neoform, I think I drew the Neoform first. I mean, at that point, I'm like, okay. I mean, Neoform normally just gets me Devoted Druid, but I'm like, this could get me somewhere. But like, again, when I just was consistently not hitting lands, I don't even have a game plan at that point. Like, my game plan is literally, I need a land to start doing something. And then when Brad drops the Skyclave, then I'm really like, then when Brad drops the Skyclave, then I'm really looking at my hand and I'm like, wow, like, even if I do hit a land, everything I have is threatening. So that's why I went with the Voice of Victory, because I was like, okay, either he hits it and at least it still gives me a creature for the Gaia's Cradle, or he doesn't hit it and then it gives me more, because I had the Felwar Stone in here. So the choice was Lotus Petal into Voice of Victory or Lotus Petal into Felwar Stone. And I went with the Voice of Victory because I was like, either he hits it and I still end up at the same spot that I am, or he doesn't hit it and I get enough mana to go into Felwar Stone and something else. But I mean, you know, I don't feel bad about the keep at all. I really think that with how much I played the deck, I really do think that this was a good keep. I think this was a correct.
It was. The turn 2 Bowmasters was the only difference.
Yeah, the turn 2 Bowmasters. And another thing that I will say is, outside of people that I consistently play with, almost no one targets the Yoshimaru.
Oh, not me. I always hit that
Well,
stuff.
yeah, like especially with a Gaia's Cradle a lot, and that junk can keep growing.
Like Brad, I also consistently play with you.
I know,
So,
I
like,
know.
Yeah.
Like, outside of
It's
people,
the same thing with
consistently-
Rograk. People will be like, "You wasted that on Rograk," and I'm
It's
like,
like,
"No,
yes,
no,
I
At the end of the
did.
game, they're like,
Not
"Dude, I had the game if you didn't kill Rograk."
Exactly.
Like,
That's
I
exactly
told you,
what
like, there's
happens.
The only reason
Yeah,
it's in the
exactly.
deck is to cast and sack to something.
Exactly.
Whether-
Exactly.
Search
And
for-
the whole reason for Yoshi to be in the deck is because
The
of,
sack.
yeah, it's because
Or
of-
Guy's Cradle. Gives you
it's for
mana.
Gaia's Cradle and Neoform and
Yeah.
Eldritch Evolution and Birthing Pod for my deck specifically.
No, for sure. That's why I
So-
love Skyclave that version. It
Yeah.
just
So like, you getting rid of the Yoshimaru just completely, because if you in the world you don't get rid of the Yoshimaru, I'm in that you don't get rid of the Yoshimaru, I still on top deck land. So at this point I have this, and this. So I go turn 2, we go into a Voice of Victory, and then turn 3, I can now turn this Cutzel into turning Yoshimaru into kind of almost like a Timna, because Cutzel entering Yoshimaru already has a counter, so now count whenever Yoshimaru deals damage, I draw a card off a Cutzel, and I'm making So like, in the world where you don't kill the Yoshimaru, you know, this is my turn 3, or this is also my turn 3.
Oh yeah, that's my turn too in my eyes for you. If I gotta
This is my turn.
I know I'm saying
turn one.
hyperbolics, but you know what I'm saying, like I'm
Turn 2
joking.
is this.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
if I can
like,
get rid of
turn
the guy
3.
turn, yeah.
Yeah, realistically, this is probably my turn 3, but like, it depends on a lot of else what's going on. So like, in the world where you don't get rid of Yoshimaru, that game's a hell of a lot different.
100%.
But I mean, that's also the reality of cEDH. So, like, I'm not upset about it. Like, I kept a hand that relied on that, and there's, you don't always expect the OBM. So that's where I went with that thought process. And then by the time we got around to it being later in the game, like, at that point, the only thing I can threaten is Neoform into Volatile Song.
Oh, and that takes and kills Tiamat or anything. Oh, that
Kills
was your
anything.
sorcery speed removal.
That's my sorcery speed removal.
Oh, I thought you had a
Neoform
path
away.
or a sword. Okay, I see. Never mind.
That's great.
Yep.
That's cool.
Neoform away the
Right.
into-
Well, is that a CMC? Gets a CMC
CMC
2?
1.
So it gets
So
only.
it gives us CMC 2. Which Volatile is a CMC 2?
I thought the bird be a CC 0 because it's a token.
No. That was a Spirit token. I had the Bird of Paradise.
Got you. No, never mind. Take it back. Got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I didn't want to have to do that, but like, I was going to if I needed to. And like, this is one of the scenarios I've had people ask me about it. This is one of the scenarios where I do agree that Gillitree would have been a better target, but there's been other times where I want to kill the thing as opposed to gaining control of it. And so that's why I'm still on Vault Household Break over Gillitree.
I think killing either Tiamat, Jolly Boom, or anybody's commander would have been, well, really me, it would have been the best thing, because like I have to pay 9 mana now to get it back out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I would have just recast it, but it's still, that's still 9 mana, because before I was able to like find the line, this was like the clock. And I hated switching from Dan to B-Rad. I wanted to stay on Dan, but my big thing is, by the time I got around to the point where I could Neoform away the bird, that turn cycle, I was looking at, I had the Ristic. That was the turn cycle I played the Ristic. Yeah, that was the turn I played the Ristic. That turn, my choice was play Ristic or play Neoform. I couldn't do both. And so I really didn't want to have the Neoform because Ristic was just the better option. But I would have Neoformed if I felt like if I read that you were going to win, I would have Neoformed. Well, at the time with Dan having the bounce spell in hand, you weren't worried about the Tiamat.
Exactly.
Or no, there was nothing really could be removed off my board. And that's why I stopped talking when you said, when I remembered that you had the Ristic study, because I would do the same thing. I don't give a fuck about a Smothering Tithe. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I can also deny triggers if I need to, but no, once we get through B-Rad's turn, I'm saying, all right, I'm taking all the draws. I'm not going to give him treasures on his turn, but post that, I'm just going to take all the draws from T and Dan and just call that shit a day. At least that's just me.
Yeah, because at that point, because I have Neoform in hand, I'm like, okay, all I need is to draw Swift Reconfiguration, draw Enlightened Tutor, draw Wargate, or draw I can't think of the other one, and then I just have a win, which I ended up drawing. I literally drew the first card I drew off of Ristic Study was Swift Reconfiguration. So now I'm like, okay, I just gotta make it to my turn and I win.
Got you. Okay. Respect. I got you. Okay. All right. What about Brad, brother?
Here's my opening 6. Sunbaked Canyon. I knew I had the Esper, so I'd get my first draw was the Pyroblast or Red Blast. I don't remember which one it was. I had the Opal, so I was like 2 artifacts. Hopefully I can top deck an artifact or a land off of the Esper and nobody counters it. Then my second draw, you triggered it before you killed, was it that other land I got? And then you killed it. And then my next top deck was the Skyclave Apparition, which let me, once you killed this, then yeah, that's... but I had the Goblin Engineer, so I knew I'd at least get Goblin Engineer so I could sack the Opal to get like a mana rock. So I should have just got Soul Ring and then I wouldn't have had to keep doing it. But so that was my bad on my part. But because I kept having to spend 1 red mana to keep trying to like taking separate turns to get my mana back. But I got stuck on 3 lands, which kind of sucked, but I was still able to do my thing because this deck pretty much runs off 3 lands. But I knew I had the touch for, so I sat back and was like, you know, I'm gonna sit back on touch and Pyroblast. That's when I touched my own thing to block so I could get rid of, so you could stop drawing. And then I had to say it sat on the Pyroblast, which came in really handy because you would have just cast Tiamat on that turn and then cast all.
It would have been funny if you fucking Pyroblast the Tiamat so you have Dream Halls on your turn. But take that as a great assault. No, like if you wanted the free cast, because Dream Halls was universal.
Yeah, but I knew Matt had so many cards in hand, and all I had was I was gonna be able to like pitch Felidar or some other white card.
Oh, then you did the right thing. Yeah.
I didn't have that. And the other thing I drew by that time was Karn again. So I was just sitting. I kept drawing 4 drops, and I was like, stop drawing 4 drops, draw land.
Yeah, I think at that
if I drew a land, I would have been able to go for that like a win way sooner.
100%, I believe you.
Yeah, I think at that point, if the Dream Halls didn't make it to my turn, I think I actually could have presented something.
I think don't you just convert right off of Dream Halls, T?
Yeah, my last card in hand was Elvish Spirit Guide. That was my last card in hand.
As long as you had the
I just needed one colored card, so my plan was I top decked the Veil back up, and so I was like, I'm gonna push here. If I get, and I could do everything with just Elvish Spirit Guide. The risk was Force of Vigor from Matt or anybody just having any spot removal at a certain point to stop me. You know what I'm saying? But I said at this window, there's enough people tapped out and all the other hoopla that I think this is a good window. And I would go to 0 cards in hand, but that's okay because you lose every game you don't go for. And I like at the point when I lost the fish, I was like, oh, this is the best window for me. I'm going to take it. And I thought the veil would be enough, and it was not. I did not read B on 2 pieces, but he definitely had it. After that, I was like, I'm just going to get my dragons and go sideways. I've never actually done that before where I had enough attackers to go the Dragon Lord Jamoke into it. And then like I said, last draw was the what's it called thing.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's tough.
Yeah, I drew the
I
ring.
did. You did a phenomenal job talking. Like, I mean, obviously you know you're good at politics, but like when you were what's the word, leading the witness on the like Jamoka recast, where you're like, I like you guys removing it, I think I'm just gonna blah blah blah, like I'm that when you recast it, like I figured you were doing stuff, but admittedly I didn't think you were gonna convert to a win. I just didn't think about Rainafel. I was like, there's no way on the amount of mana. But because of the way you were talking about it, I kind of was like buying it, and with looking at how much mana you had left, so I didn't send the pact. If I had known,
the Dragon Lord Jamokas can't be countered though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
so
but no, it doesn't matter.
Not a
Keep
misplay.
going. You good? No, you didn't misplay. No, you didn't misplay.
It was my misplay. I should have silenced on the Jamoke.
But okay, but like either way, I would have thought about doing it.
I got greedy. I saw 2 land in the thing. I was like, "There's no way he like just half his hand is dragons. Like, there's no way he topped like Thrasios to like."
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact that you talked about it well. Like, it was good. It was good talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like pre-politics, if you will.
Yeah, no, it's loosening the table before you take an action, because I tell people all the time, stop politicking from a place of feeling, politic from a place of fact. The fact is, I wanted you to use a removal spell because my Tiamat is my out on board. It is the known information. You all know I have a Hoarding Broodlord in hand. You see all my creatures. You see that I can do a lot. But as long as I keep the eye on the thing, I can keep turning sideways on things. And even if it gets removed, I can just keep doing the commander damage because it's 3 strikes and you're out with the commander.
Yeah.
So at that point, like when I drew this, I said, okay, this is 100% one. Even before I do the math, I need to soft stroke into my turn, which is talking from a place of fact. Not, I feel like y'all should stop looking at me. No, like objectively, please keep removing the Dragon Lord Jamoka. Like this keeps my Tiamat on board. This is the scariest thing. Worried about a wheel. It's just all speaking from that. Because I didn't say anything emotional, no one could like say you're lying to you. Like I didn't say anything emotional. Like,
I almost silenced you on upkeep. And then I was gonna say, yeah, I said, you said you wouldn't hit me, so now that's like now you hit everybody else, and that's probably what I should have done. Yeah. Did you have a counter for it?
Did I have a counter for it? No, only my last card in hand was Chain of Vapor. That was my last card.
Yeah, because I was thinking about silencing you, so I would be like, yeah, now you just have to hit somebody you can't.
Right. No, 100%. Yeah.
Dragon spell.
The conversation that I was trying to have with you is, hey, I have a chain, but also you can bounce my Tiamat. You can second land and bounce Tiamat. Very quickly, we do have a question from Jen to Brad. Wait, why doesn't Brad tap Jolly Bloom Mana target Felithar, then flicker Goblin Engineer and bring out Vexing Bauble on your very last turn? I had said at first because it was sorcery speed, but he said he was talking about during his turn, he passed before going to you. He was asking, B, on your very last turn, why didn't you get the Vexing Bauble out?
Make a copy of Goblin Engineer and then put Bauble in play. Yeah,
like sacking. I think what was your artifact that was on board at that point? Esper. He's asking basically why didn't you get that stacks piece out right before you pass turn?
I don't know. Would Bauble have even?
It would have stopped Draco. It would have stopped Draco Genesis, but you didn't know at the time that the Draco Genesis was a factor.
Did you Draco? You didn't do it this game, did you?
Yeah, I used Draco Genesis. I went Hoarding Broodlord into Draco.
Oh, into Draco.
Last game was Dragonstorm, but this game was Draco Genesis. Hoarding Broodlord into Draco Genesis.
Stops
casting for free.
Broodlord, convoking.
And
I was
notably,
keeping my mana up because I had that silence effect that I didn't use, and
I got you.
Notably, I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna keep my 2 mana so I could silence you on your upkeep.
Yeah,
but then
to be fair, in that case, once again, I have the removal spell, but if there was a chain, he would have just bounced my Dragonlord Jamoka. Like if I went Dragonlord Jamoka, then bounced his free casting thing, he would have cucked me either way. So once again,
But imagine it was a Flood Maul, baby.
that's what I'm saying. I think we can just go Flood Maul. We just like I just shut the fuck up out.
Yeah.
Like, but I could bounce my own dragon. I just think go Flood Maul all day, baby. Any closing remarks from Dan, Matt, B-Rad? Take the floor.
Dude, just thanks so much for having me. This has been an opportunity I've been just very excited to have. You know, I respect you very much as a verse. This was a lot of fun. I love the conversation with y'all. It was great to meet you, Matt. Good to see you again, Brad. And thanks for the games. I beg for a rematch eventually. I would very much like to be able to showcase my deck doing something akin to its less than ideal performance. You know what I mean?
No, you will be back, brother.
Maybe,
you will be
someday.
back, brother.
But thank you very much for having me. It was an awesome time, dude. Just
Yes,
all love.
100%.
My statement is, first off, Dan, it was great to meet you. I know this is our first time playing together, and I think you are a very good pilot. I think you're a very good player.
Thank you, my
and
friend.
I deeply respect every single person I played with today.
Mm.
I mean, I play with Brad a lot. TTC we played with a couple of times. It's always a fun time playing with you guys,
Mhm.
and I definitely enjoyed the gameplay. I felt bad about the second game because I really just feel like I didn't do much, but that's nobody's fault. It's just how it is
You
sometimes.
okay, bro? It's okay.
I'm also with Dan in that I would love to have a rematch sometime, except for the fact that I
Let's
think I would just
go.
rather be on a different deck.
Respect, bro.
but-
Respect.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm a turbo player, and Thrasios Yoshimaru is not a turbo deck, but neither here nor there. It was a great time, and it was a great time talking about literally everything, and just hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'll cap us off with nice playing with everybody. Great playing with you all. Thanks for having me, T. Had a lot of fun. I got to be the boogeyman 2 games in a row. I was scary. That's always where I want to be. I enjoy that place in games, so I got to do my thing. But yeah, no, those are great games. Great plays by everybody, and yeah, T, way to call out like every moment I was probably about to go for it. So you
I
had my
just see
number,
permanents
even though you
on board.
Couldn't
Oh,
understand what it was. You were every time you'd be like, something's off.
This is my gut. I feel it in my stomach. Something burn. I feel something burn.
Hopefully, I learned a lot these 2 games too, and I'll take that to the tournament in 2 weeks. So.
Brad, if you take what you just did to a tournament, you are going to make a top 16 bare minimum. I'm going to speak it out, not just because I hope, because I know. The only reason is because I know he's a pilot, not the deck. And I know, like, it's just my gut was tingling. Brad is ready to win. I have no idea how I know, but it's just a gut feeling. These people do not know you, and you are going to wreck this tournament. When you make top 16 bare minimum, just let me know. Drop it in TC community. I'm on the record saying it. You're going to make top 16, but I digress. To the audience, bookmark it there. To the audience, thank you for being an amazing audience. If you're looking to have these type of discussions and so much more, please join our free to join TC Community ThunderConductor Community Discord in the link in the bio. We do everything like have these discussions, talk deck theory, brewing, spoilers, as well as jam games. And if you want to get some rematches against TTC, against Dan, against Matt, against B-Rad, join the TC community, and also check the link in the bios for these brothers Discord communities as well. And if you say, hey T, I love what you're doing, but I want to support your financial brother. I love what you're doing. Hey, don't worry. Check the link out in the bio. You can join the Thunder Legion Patreon community Discord. That is an amazing place where people are supporting me financially and getting the opportunity to give a little extra little something and keep the lights on in a special way. I want to give a humongous shout out to my Just Guy tier patron, Sir Trekkie. I want to give a huge shout out to also our other tier patrons, both in our mono red tier as well as our Is It tier. These guys rock and they keep the lights on the way in a way they could not imagine. And last but not least, if you say, hey T, I don't want the Patreon, the proxies, with the perks. I just want to say one time for the fun time. I love what you do, and I want to support you. Don't worry. Check the link out in the bio. You can buy me a coffee. It keeps me up and keeps the lights on. And very last but not least, if you love this discussion and you want to learn more about how to politic and take your political skills to the next level, or how to take this Tiamat deck to almost a 60% win rate in your local LGS, check out the link in the bio.